There we go. Looks like we're live. I like to do these things live because it gets uploaded a whole lot faster. There's a lot of confusion about the 1982. You get the large date and the small date. There's copper, there's zinc, there's P, there's D, there's an S in there. Uh, and people are hunting these things down, looking for that one that's, worth so much money. But they don't often know exactly what it is they're looking for. So let's discriminate and find out what it is these things are. 1982 was the year they switched from copper, 95% copper, 5% zinc, over to a zinc core that was plated with copper. And you can see this example, they had some issues with the process. I lost my pointy stick here. They had some issues with the process, and for a couple of years, you had a plethora of these little zinc blisters, little bubbles all over the darn thing. Looks like chicken pox. They call it zinken pox because it's common to these early zincs. Okay, but we want to get some diagnostics to better identify the difference. So we started the year with a large date, and that was supposed to be the intended design, but they were having trouble with the dies. You'll see them cracking all over the place. 1982, 1983, lots and lots of die cracks, particularly on the reverse. Okay, so what was done partway through the year, they changed the details in the design. You'll find it much finer. All right, here's the 1982. This is the large date. Over here you have the small date. Now I'm going to stack these up so we can get a better chance to compare them side by side. If I can do this, this is going to be a miracle. Okay, there we go. Now you can see it all in the 2. If you just focus on the 2. On the large date on the left, you'll see it comes down to a point. On the small date, it's much more refined. It has a gentle curve in there. Right? The 8 has a different size. But if you just focus on the 2, really, that's all you need. Right? Fine is small. Let me take over to the Liberty so you can see the difference there as well. Let me adjust this. There we go. The small date is here on the left now. It's on the bottom. That's a small date. See how fine and finely sculpted, almost like a typeset. Right? Over here, the large date is big and fat and gobby. Okay, large date again. In God we trust. See how sharp these corners are? Wonderful detail. 90 degrees. All right, let's compare that to the we on the large date here on top. This is fine. This is kind of sloppy, kind of big and fat. See how crisp and sharp these are? And this is more rounded. I got some clay over here. Been playing with a Play-Doh again. Okay, you'll see the large date on the left, small date on the right. And you're going to see this shape here is a straight line. That's the large date. If I can get my pointy stick to stay where it is. Okay, that's your large date. Real simple. Looks like a goose's neck. Also, you're going to see the tail comes out further left to right than it does from the curve, from the upper curve. Sticks way out to the right. On the small date, you have this beautiful little curve. Right? In here is a sharp point. In here, I actually formed that with the end of a hoagie pen. And it's actually kind of wide open. And the tail doesn't really stick out much further than the loop on the tube. But if you can get this part down, right? Large date, gooseneck. Small date, pretty curve. See how nicely detailed, wonderfully sculpted. Another diagnostic is how far from the rim. Okay, you're going to find on a large date, the rim is right close. It's about half the length of the bottom of the 2. On the small date, the rim is about the width of the 2 away from the rim. See that gap right here? Let's have a look at them. Let's look at the scope here. Okay, that's the large date, right? And you get about half the width of the base of the 2 before you meet the rim. On the small date, you get the whole length of the 2 before you meet the rim. That's another diagnostic. If all you do is focus on that 2, the 2 here is nice and sharp and fine, and you got distance to the rim. Over here, it's big and fat and sloppy, doesn't have a curve, and it's close to the rim. That's a great way to do it. Okay, now we've got a chart for you. You ready? 4 people watching. I do this live because it's a great way to show it and get it uploaded fast. So we've got, let's see, Snakefoot Coins. Good to see you, Jeff W. Mary Love. A couple other people being quiet. Okay, I got a piece of paper here. Real simple. You got 1982 and 1982D that you have to worry about. So I'm going to put, I can't see a thing. I'm going to need a big fat pen. Okay, there we go, 1982. and we got 1982D. Okay, now we got large date and small date across everything. I'm going to do large date over here. That's the large date column. Okay, LD, SD. All right, now in each one we've got copper and we've got zinc. Right? So now we got 4. See, this is getting confusing. Okay, this would be 1982, large date, copper. Small date, copper. Large date, zinc. Small date, zinc. Over here in 1982D, I've got large date, copper. I've got large date, zinc. There's a small date, zinc. But there's an empty hole. In that empty hole, do I have a red pen? I thought I had a red pen. Let me look in here. We're going to pretend this is red. You got this one, which is the 1982D. Get this out of the way. Small date, copper. So far, a single specimen has been found. On 1982, they produced 10 billion of these coins in the various combinations. Large date, small date, copper, zinc. All right, 1982D, 6 billion of the darn things. That's huge. There's 16 billion of these coins, and so far there has been one, a single. Let's see if I can write a 1 here that shows up good. There's been a single 1982D, small date, copper. Huh. People are looking for it. Okay, how do you tell the difference there? Well, one, you got to have the D. Where's the scope? You got to have a D. This has no D. And the other one, where is it? This has no D. But, well, I didn't want to bother to go digging around for the one that had the D. So this is close enough. Okay. You're looking for copper. You're looking for small date. One great way to do it is grab a scale. Let me turn that on just a moment here. See if we can see it. That's going to be hard to see. No, blocking the sun doesn't do it. Okay. On your 1982 coppers, we can't see a thing. Can we show that? It should be 3.11 grams. Boy, this is going to be hard. I might have to take it in. Okay, that's 3.08. You got a little bit of wiggle room. They're not exactly perfect. Okay, on the zinc, it's going to weigh 2.5. And again, you got a little bit of wiggle room, 2.55 on that particular example. All right, so if you're looking for the 1982 small date copper with a D scope, there it is. That's a small date. You add a D, and if it weighs 3.11, you got something. That's it. You got 8 potential varieties, one of them being the golden coin. Copper, copper, copper. That one, small date, copper. That's the go. That's the good. You got zinc, 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 zinc across the board. Large date has copper, zinc, copper, zinc. Small date has copper, zinc, and zinc. And that's the one that's missing. So, 1982, small date. There it is. And it won't focus. Let me try shaking this. Lots of new people here. Yeah. There you go. 1982D with a small date. If it weighs 3.1, you're golden because you'll have specimen number 2. Another way to check it, I'm going to get close in because this little camera has its own microphone. Okay, the large date. That's this one. If you can hear it bounce. Let me turn this off. I didn't do a darn thing. I got the paper absorbing the noise. And that's on the ground. Okay. It's got a bit of a ring because copper resonates. Whereas the zinc is a dull thud. No real resonance to it at all. Now, I don't know if we're going to pick that noise up here. No, that's the 2010. Well, I've lost one, so we're going to end the. We'll end that part right now. Yeah, you can get these scales. They're inexpensive. They're accurate enough that you can find out what it is you're looking for. But you need to know that that's the one you're looking for. 1982D, small date, copper. That's the money. And the rest of them, dude, there are billions and billions, 16 billion in all, a huge number. Um, there was some fear that people would hoard copper. So in 1982, of course, they're going to change it over. They knew what was coming. They increased production accordingly. But you're figuring, oh, what do you got? $20 per person in 1982 pennies? That's about $20 in pennies per person. There was 250 million people back in 1982. They made 16 million. They made 10 billion just in 1982 Phillies. Okay, did we answer any questions? Did we clear it up? If all you did was look at the two, right? You look at the straight. That's large date, which I have on the floor. If it's got the nice little pretty curve, if it's more refined, what's this one? Here it is. Let me find the scope again. There you go. If you have the sharp liberty, the sharp letters in God We Trust, and that gentle curve with a gap, with that space before you get to the rim, that's what you're looking for. With the D, weighing 3.11. Let me get over here to chat, see what's going on. I'm writing all this down. You can just replay it. It'll take half an hour to an hour for YouTube to get this figured out. Can you demonstrate the popsicle stick scale? No, I don't think they're accurate enough, really. There we go. Actually, you get a straight edge with a fulcrum, and if it's balanced, right, you can find the center of that real easy. If you balance that and set your fulcrum at that focal point, right, then it should be, ideally, you'd be able to form a scale. Look, these are $7 with $3 shipping. And it's going to be accurate, whereas that fulcrum scale is, well, that's hit or miss. It's just not good enough to make that determination. You're talking, $50,000 coin if you can find that small date copper Denver coin. Is that worth a $10 investment? I think it sold for $16,800. It was a lot, but it's only been the one specimen so far. Gosh, I hope you find the second one. Get yourself a new truck. It'd be wonderful. Can I answer any other questions about the 1982 large and small dates? Let me get back to the home. There it is. This is okay. This is gold. If it's also with a D, and if it's also 3.1 grams. Get yourself a scale. You'll see them right here. I've got bunches of them. New truck to haul all the penny boxes home. You're darn right. Gosh, I've been rolling pennies all week. I got, I don't know, piles of them. Dimes. I got 150 in dimes, a couple of hundred in quarters. I mean, I've been just rolling and rolling lately. Is there any errors on those years? Yes, there are. Let's see what we can find out. Let me grab this up. You're going to find some double dies in there. I've got my checklist out here. Let's see. Come on, scroll. I'm fighting with the computer here. Okay, 1982. Let's see. You've got an RPM on the D, for example, you want to keep an eye out for. There are some, double dies on the, I don't have it written down for copper or zinc, but they're out there. Just get a hold of Wexler and copper coins. You'll find that all on my blog. You're better off looking for varieties. What do we get here? Here we go. I was fiddling around last night, went through a bag of 2003s. Let me see if I can find this. Yeah, 2003s. I got some DDRs. Now, you can hunt all your life and not find one of those 1982 small date coppers. Or you can hunt for stuff that you're sure to find. These DDRs, these little Type 9 DDRs. You're going to find these, I guarantee it. Gosh. Let's see if I can get my stick in here. Over here on the right of Abe Lincoln, you got a little bit of extra metal sticking out. There's one. Here's another one. We found several last night. Down this one, it's down here below his knee over here on the right. Here's another one. Okay, big fat one. This one's hard to miss. It's over here on his left. Goes from his, covers pretty much his entire leg all the way down and halfway down the pedestal of that. And that's a class 9 double die. It's a tilted hub. With my thing. I got one here somewhere. Okay. Let me see if I can show you how this works. Let me pull it out of the box. Home. Okay, there's your die. Big, fat, heavy thing, right? When they make that die, they've got a hub that they're going to impact right here in the head. Now, what happens is this piece coming in, the hub, it's got some room to wiggle. And it comes in at a slight tilt and puts a mark in, and then at the last moment it snaps right back into shape, snaps right to where it should be. And that gives you these little class 9 double dies. Where'd we go here? Scope. Where you've got almost a wonderful impression of the whole darn thing, but you got a little bit of extra metal, and you can find it right in the center. It's always right around the statue, or maybe the tops of some of these memorial bays, or the bottoms, or something like that. This is where the doubled ears come from. What year is that penny you're showing? That's a 2003. These are a few I found last night. I got a few more over here too. Let's see, what's this one look like? These you're gonna find. There you go, same thing, or same position over here on the left. Right, and there's like 47 or something like that have been discovered. And if you can match them up, wonderful. And if you can't, that might even be better, because you'd have a new discovery, wouldn't you? Okay, here it's over. You got 2 spots. I picked up some lint. You get 2 spots where it's doubled, right above his wrist and just below his wrist. Another one here. Let's see what we got. Where are you? Where are you? This one's going to be much harder. It's over here on his right. There you go, from about wrist to halfway down his shin. And these you can find. Gosh, you'll find the heck out of these. I did 2001s. What did we get there? 2001 DDRs. Here's what we got. Oh, night before last. Several of them. Geez, you put together a roll of these. They're good for 20 bucks. I don't know about you, but I'd rather have a $20 bill that I can probably get versus spending decades looking for the second one of these. I can use a $20 bill. Jeff W. says, I have to buy all my DDs. Can't find any. Sucks being close to Denver. They don't make many mistakes. You're right. Denver's got pretty good quality control. Yet, people are looking for the 1982D small date copper, that there's been one found. Everybody thinks, I'm going to find that second one, by God. Look, it's up to you. Really, it's opportunity versus gain is the way this works. Let me give you a graph. No, that page is shot out. I'll give you a better, I'll write this up in my blog so you have a better understanding of that chart. Okay, here we go. Here's a piece of paper. All right, here's a simple graph. Let's see, I can start right about here. There you go. There's a Y. Over here is an X. Okay, this is going to be more common. All right, and this is going to be more rare. So we can figure we're counting. That's 1, that's 10, that's 100, 1,000, 10K, a million. You see the way that works? Farther to the right, more of them. Okay, down here, you're talking price. This is worth, figure's going to start at 1 cent face value. Here's 10 cents. Here's $1, $10, 100, 1,000, and just a lot of zeros up on this one. There we go. There's a lot of zeros. So the higher up we go, the more valuable. Whereas the more common, we're going to expect less value. Regular old pocket change, it's damaged. It's good for face value. There's plenty of them. It's right here. All right. You get some wheat pennies in your bag. They're good for a few cents, and you get one every couple of rolls. That'd be something like that, right in here. You talking? Let's see, a Wham. They're a bit more valuable. They go for a few bucks, but they're tougher to find. Okay, we're gonna put it right in here. You got a 1984 with a doubled ear. Not too many of those, and they draw pretty good money. All right, but then you're talking that 1982D small date copper. That's going to be right up here. All right. Great value. Very hard to find. Over here, you got the wheats. Yeah, you can pick them out of your pocket change, no problem at all. But their value is kind of low. 4, 5, 6 cents. Better dates, better grades. Maybe you can pull $1 out of there, but you end up with a hyperbola, right? Where the valuable ones are very, very rare, and the ones that are very common don't have much value. And there's all sorts of things right down here in the middle, all sorts of things, where you can find them, and some of them are worth good money. Here's one. Geez, those double dies, yeah, they're good for a few cents easily. There's better ones. There are double dies with doubling on Liberty, doubling on In God We Trust, doubled ears, doubling on E Pluribus Unum. All sorts of things out there that can be found. And geez, this ain't a bad place to be in. Variety coins have ranged from bragging rights to filling your wallet with lots of money. I tend to hold on to my die varieties. I'm pretty psyched about that. There's Charlie H. Good to have you. Jeff says, a lot of coin dealers here in Cincinnati won't buy variety coins. You get that. Varieties, when you get into die varieties, it's a bit of a pro market. People who would buy them, they know what they're doing. They know what they're looking for. They know the difference between a small date and a large date. All right, that's a small date over here. That's a large date. They can pick it up. Oh, that's clearly, a small date. They'll tell you right off what it is. You find on eBay a lot of people will be selling errors, and it's somebody put a nail through it. Oh gosh. So caveat emptor. Always, if you have a question, just put a picture up over in the Coin Up group on Facebook. Send me an email. We got a site on Facebook we set up. It's called the YouTuber coin community, right? If you want to ask questions about stuff that's going on in videos, but it's a great place. Everybody can join that and talk back and forth, keep the conversation going. But Coin Up is a great group on Facebook to say, hey man, what's going on with this coin? Is it a small date? I suspect it might be. Can you help me out? And people give you some straight answers. Jeff says, only variety my coin dealer looks for is the 55D. Okay, there's nothing wrong with the 55D. They're out there, right? They're not as rare as the 1982D small date copper, but they are pretty valuable. They're going to come in around, say, here. All right, there's some out there, and the price isn't too bad. $1,500, $2,000, sure. But gosh, there's all kinds of stuff out there that have some value. RPMs, you find RPMs, they'll typically trade circulated grades for $1 to $5. Uncirculated grade, they go from $5 to $20. I know a fellow who's got 239 out of 240 different 1960D RPMs. Gosh, they're everywhere. I'd love to put together a set of everything because that has not yet been done yet. But of course, new things are being discovered all the time. Holy cow, don't you guys sleep? Not since the accident in 1972. So, doctor gives me these pills to keep me stable. Get plenty of sleep. You're darn right. Once you're dead. You haven't slept yet? Rivendell says, hi everyone, an early morning coin class. Well, I wasn't feeling up to it Saturday, and this is one of the things I wanted to cover. But I've been seeing a lot of people putting up pictures. Is this a large or a small date? And is it worth anything? Okay, let's cover this up. If you can see the two, you can identify large, see, looks like a goose, versus small, swirled. There's a mnemonic device for you. But the one that's worth money is that one, the one that doesn't exist, which is probably why it's worth money. All the rest, billions of them, billions and billions. I sound like Carl Sagan. There are billions of these, all of them. 1982 P, billions of them. Skip those. 1982 D, okay, now you get a chance, but you got to have the small date, right? 1982 D, small date, and you're looking for 3.11 grams. You find it, geez, I'd be happy to call you my best friend. There it is. So this is the one you're looking for. And people keep striving and thinking, I'm going to, strike it rich. Chances are you won't strike it rich, right? Really, if you're looking for the second specimen, there's a couple of million people out there hunting for it. I wish you well. I don't think it's out there. I don't think there's another one. Is there just the one in the world? Could be. There was one 1958 double die for the longest time until the second one was discovered. All right, 1969 S double die. You're talking 30 specimens or something like that, maybe a couple of dozen. Have you found a 1982 small date yet? I had one right here. I just dropped it. No, wait, here it is. This is a 1982 small date. There it is. See it? There it is. There's no D, and this was made out of zinc. So this has a value, and it's brilliant. It's in great shape, really is. Where'd it go? There you go. Full luster, brilliant uncirculated. That's worth about, a dime. Just because it's brilliant uncirculated. Yep. If that was made out of copper, well, okay, it'd be worth about the same. It was made out of copper and it had a D. Now I'm buying a new truck. I'll be passing out soon, I hope. Well, good luck. Try some warm milk. Put some toast in it or something. That worked for my mother. And if that didn't work, we just hit her on the head. Have you found an 82D small date? Yes. I'm sure I'll be going back to sleep soon. There you go. I just want to touch base. I dropped that other one. I don't know where that went. Dude, there's like $75 and change on the floor here. What's this? 2015? That does me nothing. Well, no matter. You can watch this video, review it at your pleasure, and hopefully it'll make it easier for you to identify the large date versus the small date and understand which one you're looking for. That copper. Best way to determine that, weigh it. Scales are available. If you're going to have one, my email address is right here. They're $7. There's $3 for shipping. Yeah, but I got other stuff, so get a bunch of stuff all at once. Okay, guys, that's what I wanted to share with you. Hopefully, we can clear up the ambiguity here because it's pretty simple. Large, small. PD, copper, zinc. Narrow it down. It's not hard to tell the two apart. No, it's not. But a lot of people don't know what the difference is. Which is which? So that's large. I could probably write that in there. L. Over here is S. See the small? See how it's like a backwards S? That's not even close to a backwards S. Let's do it this way. Let's flip it over. There. Now see the gentle curves like a gentle S? Whereas this one looks more like a 7. There we go. That's what I got. Hey, James, we're just finishing up the little class here. I thought I'd jump on and show the difference between the large and small date 1982s and what to look for. Okay. You guys, bookmark it, give it a like. Make sure you share it with everybody you know so we can clear up this ambiguity. Ken, do you sell the Whitman penny books? Yes, I do. Oh, where are they? This one. I've got number 1 and number 2. This one's dusty. There you go. They're $4 a piece. Your second one is $3.50. Shipping is dependent on weight. Number 1 goes from 09 to 1940. Number 2 goes to 1974. There you go. You got the inserts that go in there. There you go. Press your penny in. This one's been started. I got a whole bunch of these. There you go. And I have brilliant uncirculators to add to it. I hold 90. These are wonderful things to get started in collecting. It will give you every date, every mint mark, and you can fill that complete set using those. They really are nice. I've also got Jefferson's 1 and 2. Later, everybody. Have a great day. Good night, Adriana. What is price plus postage? For a single one of them, you're looking at $7. $4 or $3 shipping. Right? If I combine stuff, it's no problem at all. I just have to know what to combine. So I can combine scale. I can do all 4 of these. Once I get to a pound, it jumps to $7.50 because that's the limit of first class track shipping. And it has to go priority mail at a pound. Dale has arrived. Have to go. Thanks, Ken. Bye, everyone, he says. There you go. So just get a hold of me with email. Say, this is what I need. I need this, that, and the other. And I'll say, here's what I got. But we got all kinds of stuff around here. There's flips, loops, scales, the folders. I got the little acrylic holders people like so much, you know, put their best coins in. They're pretty slick. Good show, old chap. Thanks, Steve Elliott. I'm going to take off. I got breakfast in the other room cooking up for me. Yep. I'm going to have a cheese omelet. You guys stay groovy and have a great day.